Hello Sagittarius and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. My goodness, that card just flew out. Okay, this is your mid-month reading. Just getting myself comfortable. We've got 5 of crystals, persistence, and new possibilities coming in. Look at that little ladybird just climbing up that tree going, I can do it. There's new things that are coming here with the new possibilities. Fantastic. So it's saying stick with something. It may be something you're just thinking, is this working or not? Or, might be having a few doubts about something. You are very much getting a stick with it because new possibilities are opening up, which is good. So yes, a lot happening at the end of this month, the end of October, Sagittarius, because we're moving into eclipse season. So we have an eclipse occurring on the 25th in the sign of Scorpio, a new moon eclipse, partial eclipse. So yeah, let's see what's coming in. As you know, eclipses, they activate change, and sometimes they activate at this time, and other times things can get activated and it can occur. You can actually see the physical change later. So let's see what's shifting and changing for you. We've got Cup 7, Moon Scorpio, and Sword 4, Mercury Libra. Okay, so Saggy, I think this is where you are having a big think about something. There could be a mindset shift that comes in around some of the choices that you've made with something and some of the options that are opening up now. So that's why there's new possibilities coming, new options, new choices are coming through. And it's like something reached a crossroads and it's like which way to go with it at this moment in time. So yes, it feels like you've kind of been hitting against a brick wall, or just something was not working, or putting a lot of time and effort and energy into something for not getting the results that you were looking for. There is something that is shifting and changing with it. So Sagittarius, I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always want to let you know that I always recommend to watch all 3 of your, the cards are coming out all over the shop, to recommend watching all 3 of your placements because it gives you a fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Sagittarius. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And there is no extended reading with these mid-monthly readings this time. But if you are interested in some of my personalized services, including readings and healings, then the link for that will be in the description box below. Okay, let's see what else is coming in. The Hanged Man. So yeah, there's something here that you've been having major doubts about here. Absolutely having some huge doubts. And the path hasn't necessarily been clear. A lot of moon energy coming through. So we do have that new moon and Scorpio. It's coming in here. You've felt very, the devil energy is feeling quite stuck with some stuff. But here comes the Magician. Here comes the solution. Here comes the plan. Here comes the strength to bring open and move along the plan. And let's see, okay, especially if this is about to do with money or the workplace that you're moving forward with, you're coming up with some creative solutions to do with this at this moment in time. Wow. Okay, Page of Cups. Gosh, Sagittarius. There's quite a lot of conflict that's come up here for things that you're working through and working out, which is actually good, I think. We have in your conscious, as a situation, the High Priestess. So this is where you've been using your intuition in some ways, but it is crossed by the 8 of Cups. I do feel like your intuition might be telling you one thing, but something's just not feeling fulfilling with it. And so it's kind of strange because it's like, I want to trust my intuition, but it's just, not feeling right. So maybe it's been hard to something here has been worrying you or stressing you in your conscious mind with the 9 of Swords, or this can be rumination, just overthinking as well. So something that's been stressing and worrying you out here just hasn't been making sense. Something really hasn't been making sense. And we've got the Hanged Man, which is like, no matter which way you're looking at it, like the Hanged Man is see it from a totally different perspective. Look at what it is. And perhaps you can receive some kind of enlightenment, which is why it's interesting. We've got the Sword 4 as well. That's all about a big mindset shift coming in around something. But the Hanged Man is also potentially where you're working out what it is that you want to let go of, what you need to kind of sacrifice to move on from a situation. A situation could have stagnated in some way. There could be delays around it. So it's kind of like, what do I need to do to shift or change this to get it moving or to find some sort of clarity? This feels a little bit murky, to be honest, Sagittarius, some of this energy here at this moment, because it's like, trusting your intuition can be quite hard at this moment in time. We have in the recent past the King of Cups. So this is the Scorpio energy. And this is potentially a Scorpio in your life that you've had an issue with, or it's been hard to move on from. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Scorpio, but I feel like this is some kind of emotional, intense, even there's a situation with a person that just was very emotionally intense, even psychological. So there could be some weird stuff happening there with that. And I just feel like it's been hard to move on from that energy. So yeah, it's hard to let that go, what happened here with this King of Cups energy. It doesn't have to be with like a person, quite literally, although I do feel like there's very much a person and a situation associated with this where it feels like somebody's done you wrong here. Like it feels like someone's done the wrong thing by you, and it's been really hard to let go of it or to understand it. And it could have been that you even had feelings for this person, or you had a different set of expectations for this person. And it's like kind of really potentially, it's brought something up here. This is the Scorpio energy. You've been crowned by the moon, Scorpio. You've got Scorpio, you've got the moon here. So this new moon's bringing up an old emotional issue here tied to somebody's actions that didn't feel like they acted with integrity. It feels like it's like, I don't understand this. And it could also be like, I thought we had a connection, or I thought we were, we had a relationship of some sort. Doesn't have to be romantic. But I felt like there was like an honesty, or I thought I could trust you in some way, and it feels like somebody acted in a different way that was hard to understand. But it was just a situation that just emotionally doesn't make sense. So in the near future, you've got the moon. So this is where the moon just clouds a lot of things. It does illuminate a lot for you, but it's also potentially just a lot's been shown to you, but you're still trying to make sense of it. So yeah, there's clarity, but there's also there's like your intuition, and the moon is showing you something around your cycles of emotions and how potentially you've held on to this. But there's that part of you that's held on to it that doesn't understand why it happened, or why you should let this go. So yeah, interesting. And so I feel like you're carrying this energy around your home space. So however this is playing out within your home space, you're still carrying it around you. It's affecting your relationships around the home, or it's affecting, whatever reason it's come up here to be looked at. You're presenting as the Knight of Pentacles. So this is where you're kind of, going slow. This is wanting to look for something that's reliable, or someone that you can trust. This is also where you're like feeling like perhaps somebody didn't trust you, but you're like, I can be trusted. It's like this big question of trust. However it's presented, it was like there's some murkiness around the trust. So, and this Knight of Pentacles is really, wanting a situation or being seen as a person that can be trustworthy with this Knight of Pentacles. It's interesting with the Devil energy. This is where you've held on to this energy for too long. The Devil next to the King of Cups. This is kind of pretty yucky energy to have around Sagittarius, I have to say. This could be real somebody who is even quite manipulative, narcissistic, somebody that you really, or it just is that you've been stuck on this person, this energy, and it's been hard to let go of. However it is, the Devil energy is where you've felt very, very stuck and bound to that energy. So potentially stayed too long in that energy. So the Chariot is wanting to overcome this. It's interesting. The Chariot energy is just using your willpower. It's got those sphinxes there. The sphinxes speak in riddles, and it's like, one was going one way and one's going another way, and you want to bring something into a direction that makes sense. You're just really wanting to overcome some of the conflict and move forward and make sense and overcome this successfully. So that's why we've got the Magician energy coming through. This is where the new possibilities are coming in. With the Magician, it's like you're working your magic here and going, okay, I'm really willing something into creation here. I'm finding there's a new start here. I'm wanting to move on from a situation that I'm feeling that's not feeling great and I'm feeling quite stuck on. And so the Magician energy can be somebody with expertise that can come in and help you get out of that place. You know, they're bringing with them a plan. But it's also interesting because both of these cards can also be the cards of deception, with the Magician and the Seven of Swords. So it might also be that you're looking at how you've been deceived in your life, quite literally. And I do feel like you're finding new solutions related to that, working new plans in relation to that. Because we're seeing here you're getting stronger against a potential conflict that potentially broke your heart, didn't give you what it was that you needed here. So, and if this is to do with resources or money or success, it could have been to do with work, like a workplace with the King of Pentacles there. But it's like this situation didn't give you what you needed. And so you're gathering your strength here against it. And you're ready to take it on with this Knight of Swords. So it's kind of all happening really quickly. But here you are going, right, okay. Yeah, it's funny. The Queen of Swords gives the green light and says this is not working. Something hasn't been resonating. Perhaps there's been money stress or worries, or just something didn't work out with a form of income or workplace that came through. And it's like potentially this is you. For those of you that want to leave your job, this is you giving notice to a boss. But it's not going to be for all of you. But this is where you are stepping into the King of Wands, the King of Fire, and going, right, look, I'm just coming back to myself. I'm coming back to being creative, being my own leader, to taking action with what feels right. And I know what didn't feel right now, and that energy's been hanging around way too long. And so this is where the Page of Pentacles is. I've got new ideas. There's something new that's developing, a new seed. And this is the seed that comes from the new moon. The new moon is all around activating new things. New seeds are being planted. But with the eclipse-like energy, it may not become apparent exactly what that is straight away, because it's all this other stuff you're working through first. A lot of stuff has come up to light around a situation or a person that you couldn't trust, where you felt like you were deceived, or there was a trust issue that came through here. But this is like you're moving from strength to strength. That's why I love the Strength card came out. First off, you're like, right, I'm the King of Fire, which is I'm taking action, not gender specific. We've all got divine masculine, divine feminine in us. And now you're like, right, I've got this seed, I've got this opportunity, this new possibility is opened up here where I can lay to rest the disappointment from the past, the disappointing energy, and I can rebuild. I can build upon what's around me at this moment. There are 2 cups still standing here. So I can rebuild. I've got the opportunity here to move on. And then we've got the Emperor. So this is where you're rebuilding with somebody very powerful, or rebuilding an energy around somebody that had a lot of power over you. This is also you've gone from the King of Wands to the Emperor. So you're moving, like they're both fire energies. They're both very Aries kind of like energies, but they're both, you're gathering your strength here and going, right, well, now I'm the Emperor. Now I'm stepping into my power, boom, big time, and taking this on. I'm not letting this have any hold over me anymore. I want to step into success. And so this little seed that you're holding here, this is you as the Emperor going, I'm going to make this successful here. I'm not letting any of this old past energy to stop me. And that's why you're getting persistence, because new possibilities are opening up with what it is that you've been working on, what it is that you're developing in your life, where you want to go with something in your life here. The Page of Pentacles is the element of earth. So it's definitely like could be messages coming in around money, around career, around health and home. These are sort of areas that might be be working on, and you just really gone, right, enough of this old energy, enough of being stuck in this situation, enough of just holding on to this. I'm done with it. So it's kind of interesting with the Page of Cups. There is some kind of potential surprise message that comes through here for your heart. And the pages represent messages, and message from your heart coming through around letting go of whatever this psychological intensity or emotional intensity was here with this King of Cups energy. So interesting, the Page of Cups. This can be an apology that comes to you, but not necessarily for all of you. I do feel like it could be some sort of unexpected offer that comes through, which is really interesting as well. But I feel like ultimately it's like your heart is surprising you with the direction it wants you to go down with something. And it's about listening to that, listening to what your heart is saying here, because it's popped up like a little fish. I was drinking out of that cup and then suddenly this fish turns up. Fishes are slippery. So it's like you got to make the most of this opportunity when it arises, because it could slip out of your fingers. But I can see the little page looking at it going, I wasn't expecting you, but I think that I can work with this. I think this is actually like a little blessing that comes through, even an unexpected blessing that comes in, and you go, right, okay, now this one little message that comes through for your heart can open this whole thing up to healing, to new possibilities, to success. So it's just really had this kind of like a snowball effect, quite literally. So yeah, it's quite amazing. So this is the opportunity here to take on something, especially if it's been something emotionally that's been affecting you financially, or in terms of your success around your home, your business, anything, your work, your career, your health even, if that's been affected with this. There's opportunity now to plant this new seed and to open up to this new possibility. It says, I'm in the process of positive change. I'm unfolding in fulfilling ways. Fantastic. Only good can come to me, because you were crossed by something that really wasn't fulfilling to you. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. I love it. I love it, Sagittarius. So yeah, it does feel like it's if things are coming up, they're coming up for a reason, and they're coming up to every time something comes up, you're like, right, I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger with the information that I'm receiving, and I'm stronger at taking this on. We've got, oh, wow, the crown. Wow, you are the emperor. Like, again, it was like you went from the king of wands, and you went to the emperor. Everybody's wearing a crown. And so it's about stepping into your own authority, taking back what somebody took from you, or an energy that felt like it was taken from you in some way. Perhaps it was a very disempowering energy. And the crown, you're stepping back into what is meant for you, your own authority, your own authenticity. So, wow. Paths are opening up here, new possibilities are opening up that are aligned to you. So that's amazing, Sagittarius. That is your reading, and I feel like this has been a very disempowering energy that has been blocking your abundance in a lot of ways, and that you are being shown something very clearly here that you can work with that can help remove this abundance block and plant this new seed that can bring success with it, which is really fantastic. So that's it, Sagittarius. That's your reading. The magician energy also can be someone with expertise that comes in, but this could just be you willing something into creation here. So stick with it. Stick with something, even though it's not feeling great. There are changes that can. I feel like there's just this old energy sticking around that is making it feel really unfulfilling. And it's kind of like once you're able to consciously work with that and be able to move on from that and take it on, then this is where you're removing that block and opening up to the new possibilities, which is fantastic. So that's it, Sagittarius. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Would love to hear how this is resonating. And if you're interested in any of my personalized services, the link for that is in the description box below. So take care, Sagittarius.